Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. And hello to our friends listening on Business Talk Radio out of New York. I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, and our show today is Talking Heads. If you're joining us for the first time and wondering, what is a talking head? A talking head is an expert who has at least 5 years experience in their field. They are recognized as a leading expert, and they also have an extremely large following, and they are an expert at presenting their knowledge, their experience, and their expertise. They have their own 30-minute show that I open and close for them. Our expert presenter talking head today is Roland Friedl. Let's welcome him to the program. Hi, Roland.
Hi, Dr. Jacqueline. Great to see you.
Nice to see you as well. Well, I'm excited for this next episode. I'm going to go backstage and produce and turn the stage over to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 2. My name is Roland Friedl. I'm originally from Austria, a small country in the middle of Europe, and I dedicated my life the last 3 decades about supporting organizations and the leader, whatever size it is, to become not only a better organization, a better leader, but also to be more happy and more purpose fulfilled. And the topic we have been talking in these 12 models is performance under pressure, where to have control of attention. And I guess, especially nowadays in this challenging time, especially the challenging we faced in our business organization the last 2 years with all this uncertainty, what was going on with the pandemic and so on, there was a lot of pressure on yourself as a manager, on your teams, on your clients. Even your competitors have been under pressure. Everything was under pressure. And the question is, when you're under pressure, where is your control? Yeah, do you have increased control or reduced control? That's where we've been talking last time. Today, I want to talk a little bit and go a little bit deeper. What is the main task of a manager? And actually, most people will say, yeah, that's very obvious what it is. But really, let's summarize it and bring it into structure where to focus as a main task. Especially in this challenging time, it's so important. Where goes your focus? Yeah, where goes your attention? That's so important. That's so important. So let's start. And those of you who already know me and joined the previous episodes about different topics, they already know it. I always do it under 4 aspects. The first is that we have a short view. Why is it important to be very clear about the main task? Why is it so important? What's about it? Second one is, what is it? What's about it? What are the main tasks? What it is? And the third stage is how you're doing it, how you're managing, how you're doing it, how you're performing it. And last but not least is a future, what I call it, echo check. What if I adapt this to make it work for me and my team? When you are ready, when you have, maybe you have a sheet of paper and a pen for making some notes, you're more than welcome. If you miss something, you can always have a look back at the recordings on YouTube, for example. Okay, let's start. Why is it so important to focus on the main task? Well, it's obvious, because it's so important to have having clarity about your task. It's so critical to be successful, even when you're facing distraction, even much more. As I mentioned it before, we're always facing challenges. The world is turning around faster. I'm very happy about all these technology opportunities. You can connect to all over the world with people all over the places. Uh, think back in the past when you wanted to buy a product, doesn't make if it was B2C or B2B business. Uh, you went to a trade fair, you went to a shop, maybe you had a catalog or something like that. Now everything is online. You can connect with customers or with suppliers from all over the world. And it's not only you, everyone else can do the same. So there's much more competition on the market, there's much more pressure on the market. Um, and there's a lot of distractions all the time. And as I mentioned before, especially the last 2 years when there's a pandemic, what is outside of the market, outside of the business, but has a huge impact on your business, on your customers, on the market, and so on. It's even more important to stay very focused on your main task. Every one of us has distractions, facing distractions. Of course, we all have this. We are not superhuman beings. I coach so many top executives around the world from big companies, international successful companies, also like startup companies, and they all of them are facing challenges. But those who stay focused, have a good control of their attention, and keep going with the main task, those are those ones who succeed and can sail safely their team and their boat, their company through stormy times. And actually, we still have stormy times, especially right now here in Europe, as there's a war going on, even actually not very far from where I'm sitting right now. So, okay, that's the why, where you should really focus on your main task. And when you reflect yourself, maybe the last working day you've been in the office, maybe you work from remotely or you stay in the office, when you reflect yourself, how many percentage of the time do you really work on your main task? How many percentage of the time have you really been focused, not distracted, really focused on your main task that you have to do as a manager, as a leader of a team or a whole organization, or maybe you're running just your own single person business? Doesn't matter, doesn't make any business. Okay, how many percentage have you been 100% focused, and how many percentage have you been distracted and you had no control of your attention? Just reflect of it. And maybe to make a short note, a short homework, and say, okay, tomorrow I will really observe myself, my working day, how many minutes, maybe hours I was focused, how many minutes, hours I was not focused, why I was distracted, what distracted me, what triggered me, and what can I do differently in the future to stay focused. But don't worry, guys. In the next episodes, we will go deeper and deeper and deeper to give you support, hints, and tips how to stay focused, yourself and your team. So, what are the main tasks of a manager? What is it? And actually, it's 3 steps. It doesn't matter if you run your own business, you're executive of a huge company, or you're just responsible for a department like sales department or IT or purchase, whatever it is. In principle, are 3 main tasks. It's the planning. You're responsible for planning. You're responsible then for the execution. You execution yourself because you run your own business, or that the team is executing and performing. And last but not least, but very important too, is doing frequently reviewing, meaning the thing you planned, the events you planned, the figures you planned, whatever it is, have to be executed properly. Do you reach your goals? Yes or no? That's the reviewing process. Okay. So I summarize it again. It's so important. Planning phase is always important. Planning is so important. Executing, meaning going to action, and reviewing. Maybe I give you some example. Planning, for example. What can it be? Imagine you're a sales manager, for example. Then planning can be, maybe you do it by yourself for your team, or together with your sales staff. Maybe you're planning the territory to say who is targeting which industry or which clients or which area. Could be territory management, for example. Planning can also be terrain management, meaning whom you're targeting within organization, who is the buying center, to whom you want to talk, who are the stakeholders, the decision makers for your opportunity. This could be planning, for example, um, in sales, for example, or when you're running an HR department. Yeah, normally it's called human resources. I call it human relations, or even you go deeper and deeper because you have a deeper understanding of HCM, human capital management. Planning could be like the normal daily work, but also like how can we find new talents, bring new talents to our organization? How can we bind them by developing and working together with the managers to bind them to organizations that they stay with us? Can be planning. So some example. Executing is to do the work. In sales, of course, is executing is filling the funnel, contacting by phone or whatever your prospects, making appointments, get them motivated for the service you offers, doing the assessment, presenting a solution, close them, implement it, manage them, building up relationship. Can be executing in sales, for example. And reviewing is, for example, in sales and other areas, is doing the KPIs, the key performance indicators. Did we get closer to your goals? I don't know, increasing our market shares, increasing our returns, our sales, our profits, whatever it is. This is the three main tasks. It's planning, executing, reviewing. This is the task as a manager that we are expected to do. So guys again, or ladies, luckily we have more and more female leaders and female entrepreneurs. Well, I highly appreciate, and to be honest, I love to work with female entrepreneurship and leaders. It's so much to learn for myself too. So absolutely fantastic. So really reflect again, how much time, how much percentage of your daily work are you really focused on planning and or executing or reviewing if you come closer to your goals? How much time do you really spend, and how many times have you distracted by what you have been distracted, why you have been distracted? So really reflect, just reflect a day or an average week of your work. Are you really focused? Is there tension on your main task every single minute, every hour, or not? Okay, because that's where we managers get paid for it. We get paid for good planning, for proper execution, and of course for a good reviewing process to know exactly are we coming closer to your goals. Have you adapt something? Have you adjust something because any circumstances are changing? Market, new competitors coming in, clients are changing, clients' behavior changing. That's about reviewing and giving feedback to our team. Okay, that's what it is. How we are doing it? Well, actually, there's a general thing. All the work we have to do, we have to prioritize. What is the most important, not urgent, but the most important task we have to do? We have to prioritize. Then we delegate whatever we can delegate to our team members. Of course, we have to be clear. Do they have the skills? Do we need to train them? Do we need to coach them? Do we support them so they can put our plan into action? Yeah. So we have to delegate. And what we don't delegate, we act. So that what we can't delegate to our team members, what stays for our own task, we start acting. Okay, it's simple. It's prioritizing, and I think that's what my experience is when I coach managers. Sometimes it's very different for them or difficult for them to really prioritize and to make a difference between what is urgent and what is important. So focus on that what is important, because urgent things are mostly distractions and not really important. Urgent things are all the things that come from outside because somebody has an urgency, but the question is it really so important? And does it bring you closer to your goals according to your plan? Okay, prioritize first, then delegate the task, chunk them down for each team member, delegate them, support them. Maybe you want to go down to the episodes before where I've been talking about how to delegate it, how to do a proper meeting, how to communicate your expectations to your team member, how to make clear that they have a clear understanding what you expect, what your expectations are, how to make clear that they know how to execute the action, and how do you find out if they're really motivated to do so. So go back to your episodes on YouTube, and you find this on this channel, the episode about different lifestyles. So different leadership style. So according to the answers you get from these questions, you decide which leadership style each team member needs. It's very important when you delegate your stuff. On the other hand, don't be too directive. Give them some freedom, some space to develop and experience, but also don't let them by themselves, don't let them alone. Support them, coach them, so your team is performing well. And as I mentioned before, last but not least, the task that is up to you, just act and perform. That's all we're doing. So I give you an example. Coming back to sales manager, for example, the first main task is planning. So prioritize your planning, what is really important to reach your goals. Prioritize what is the action plan, the strategic plan, and the action plan. Prioritize. Maybe you can delegate some of the planning. Maybe you have advanced team members in your sales team in this example. Maybe you can delegate some parts of your planning to team members who maybe are have even, it could be that they're more experienced than you in sales. Yeah, it can be. I mean, I coach sales managers who just stepped newly into a company, and they are leading a team of highly experienced salespersons who are already with this company or in this industry for 20 years and longer. Yeah. Okay. So when you have experienced team members, maybe you can also delegate part of the planning. And then you start acting. What is your task in the planning? What is the delegate's task? And then do you bring it together? Same in the execution part. Yeah, priorities. What comes first? What is the most important steps in executing the plan you made by yourself or together with team members, as mentioned? So priorities. What are the steps to do? What is the task to do that you can fulfill the plan, meaning meeting the goals? Priorities. And then delegate again to your team members the task that have to be done, that have to be executed to reach the goals, meaning to fulfill the plan. And then act, meaning do the task that is left by you and go into the action. Last but not least, when you remember what the last task is a reviewing process, how you're doing this. And this goes a little bit deeper. You do this by a so-called performance triangle. And this is a topic that we talk on the next episode, coming week. In the episode number 3, I will go deeper in the performance triangle. Performance triangle is a very, very powerful tool that gives you an amazing opportunity to support your team members properly, because reviewing only by the KPIs, by the key performance indicators, is not really working. Key performance indicators just show you the results, but you don't have any idea how your team members got this result, why they succeed, or why they succeeded or why they failed. So you need this performance triangle. But as I mentioned before, we will talk this in the next episode. We have a full episode about the performance triangle because it's so important, and you will learn a lot of it, and it can be a game changer in your business, in your team, besides the KPIs, using the performance triangle. Okay. So let's summarize it before we go to the next step. It's all about control of attention, especially when your team, when your market, your company is under pressure. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, the pressure will not go away. I believe it's harder every year. It's tougher every year. We get more technology, we get more tools, but keeping market share, gaining market share is harder and harder every year. There's more competition. There's much more distraction. They are much more challenging that we are facing as entrepreneurs or leaders and managers. So control of attention, where is your focus, is so important. And the focus as a manager is on the three main tasks. I review it again because it's so important. It's planning, executing, and reviewing. These are the main tasks to be successful in business. Of course, it's about building up relationships, maybe to do some politics and stuff like that. But the main task is always planning, having a good plan, an action plan, a strategic plan. Maybe you want to go back to the episodes before. I did an episode about smart, strategic, and action planning. Yeah. Maybe you want to listen to this or watch to this episode and get a nice refresh about smart planning. So good at doing a smart planning. Then it's the execution. So bringing your plan to life, the action, doing the execution. And here it's very important that you also prioritize what's first, what's the most important thing, not only urgent, but the most important steps to succeed. Secondly, then you delegate to the team members, you chunk the whole execution task in smaller chunks and divide it into and bring it to the team members according to their level of skills and knowledge and experience. Maybe you have to support them, coach them, train them, support them so they have a good execution. And those tasks who are your task, you start acting. Okay, so prioritize, delegate, act. And when you follow these steps, these simple steps, maybe you have known about it, maybe it's just a refresher, maybe it's just giving you a new structure. I guess maybe you heard about it, but it's not only about hearing about it, it's not about knowing it, it's about, can I really do it? Do I have experience in doing it? And as I said before, we're all distracted many times. So keep going, keep your focus on your main task, and then you will succeed. So what happens if you adapt this for your work, for yourself and your team? I guess it will bring clarity, not only to yourself, as I mentioned in the beginning, it also will bring clarity to your team members. And this is so important. Why? Because we are only performing when we are motivated, and we are only motivated and ready to go when we feel safe, when we feel secure. We only leave our comfort zone when we feel safe outside the comfort zone. Yeah, when we feel safe. So what we need, or every human being needs to feel safe, is they need a clear structure and they need clarity. When you have clarity, you feel safe. When you feel safe, you move. And when you move forward, you succeed. So clarity is so important, not only for yourself, but also for your team members. And actually, in one of the future episodes, we will also talk about a proper conversation, a proper communication, to communicate clearly for your the expectations on your team members. You really have a clear communication, so everybody understands exactly what you're expecting. Everybody knows exactly how to do it, and everybody has an understanding why they should do it. What's their own motivation? What's the benefit for them? What's the benefit for the customer? What's the benefit for the team? What's the benefit for the whole organization? So when you adapt it to your team member, keep going. And the first step is, as I said before, and it's really critical. That's why I always repeat it. Repetition is so important that we get it in our mind, and it stays there. Is reflect your own day. When you go back from work, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're on the subway or an airplane, or you're riding your car back home, just reflect your day and say, okay, I was working, well, normal work is 8 hours, but I guess as a manager, as an executive, I was working 14, 16 hours on average, 5 times a week, sometimes even more, depending on what the task was, the challenging we face as a company. But when you go home, use a little bit of your time and just reflect. How many percentage of this special workday, how many percentage I was really focused? I was really focused on my main task. And why I've been distracted? What triggered me? Why? What was it? And how do I come back the next time? What can I learn for the next time to improve this, to stay focused, to learn to stay focused? That's so important. That's why I always remember it. It's all about control of attention, staying focused on your time. Okay, guys. So I wish you a lot of success with your business, no matter if you're working alone or you're having a team around you. Maybe it's your own company, maybe you're working for a company. It doesn't matter. I wish you all the best. Be successful. Be a role model for your team members. Stay focused on your main task. Teach and coach your team members how they stay focused on their main task, because they also have distractions. They also are triggered by different challenges. So also support them and clearly explain them why it is so important to stay focused on the main task to perform all together. And when you follow this, you will succeed. There's no other way. You will succeed. Of course, there are always stones in the way. There are always challenges. This is normal. We all face this, but it's all about improving and getting better. As I always say, my goal is always improving by 1% every day. And when it's just about small steps, improving with small steps. But how big is the difference at the end of the year? And we know that we have to improve, because what this year is 100% is maybe next year only 90 or 85 percentage worth. So we have to improve. We cannot stay on the same level. If we want to survive in this world, in this business world, let's get rougher and tougher every time. We have to improve. We have to get better. We have to work on ourselves and of course, our team, but also as first of all, as a leader, always on ourselves. As I always say, the fish stinks at the head. So it always starts with us as a leaders. We're getting better. And then we do everything to support our team, that their team performance is also getting better. So I wish you all the best. If you need any support and help, you're more than highly welcome to contact us. And my team speaks several languages. We are working worldwide for all sizes of organization of different industries. We have a very broad experience in our team as partner performance system. So contact me. If you want to contact me personally, go on my website, rolandfriedl.com. And then you find a link to our partner performance website, our business website for business owners and leaders. So don't hesitate to ask for help, have a conversation, and yeah, maybe just have an interesting conversation and share our experience. Maybe we work together. Whatever it is, I would love to know you better and your challenges in your business field. I wish you all the best. Stay tuned. And as I said before, in the next episode, we will go deeper about the performance triangle, how to do a really properly review process, especially with your team members, to know exactly what's lacking, what you have to improve, where you have to tune. Maybe you have to tune on the skills, maybe you have to tune on the structure, maybe you have to tune on the mindset. We will talk about this in the next episode. Thank you so much. See you next time. Have a good time. Be successful. Stay healthy. And God bless you and your team. Thank you so much.
Another great lesson. Thank you so much, Roland. I remember I used to brag to people how great I was at multitasking, that I could have my iPad, my two phones, my computer. I had focus in all areas. And one day I realized that it's a complete bunch of you know what. It's not possible. It's not possible. Our focus has to be in one area.
Absolutely. And that's when I interview managers before we start coaching, I ask them, to be honest, when you reflect, how many percentage of the day are you really working what you get paid for? And it's not much. There's so many distractions. We know it for sales example. An average salesperson really works on the task to do 25% of the day. The rest is just traveling, driving, administration. And with managers, the same. It's absolutely the same. Yeah. There's so
It's
many
true. And
distractions.
you could also at any given time walk around an office when people are in an office setting. And if they have their back to you and their computers there, you can see that they're doing something completely unrelated to their job a lot of the time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you for bringing this to light. Another great lesson. I'm really excited that you're here on the platform. And I'm super excited that you're going to be with us for the next show, which is the Talking Heads panel. And I will be providing, actually, I have 3 topics that I'll let you vote on. That's how I'm going to do it today.
Yeah, I'm also very, very excited, and thanks for inviting me. I feel very honored, and I guess we have a lot of pleasure. And I'm very eager to listen and learn and hear from the other experts, because, as I always say, I'm a lifetime, long time student and learner in every topic, and I'm so excited to learn from different perspectives from other people. So I'm very happy for the invitation. Thank you so much. And yeah, I guess we start in 30 minutes, so it's really cool. Yeah.
We do, yeah. So I'm just going to put up the graphic so that people can see, and then I'll let you go and get ready for the panel discussion. So as we're discussing right now, right after this show at 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is that 10 p.m. your time?
Yes, 10 p.m. Central European time. Yes.
Thank you for staying up for that. We are going to have our Talking Heads panel and a special guest, David Shine, who's joining us. And we will be having our some of our Talking Heads team meet for the very first time. And I will be providing 3 topics backstage for you to vote on. And then we will start the show with the topic and we'll see how it goes. It's going to be interesting to hear from each person about their thoughts on the specific topic.
Dr. Jekyll, that's what I absolutely enjoy and love is being surprised by topic and reacting flexible, authentic, no preparation, not Googling, nothing, just real, authentic, uncut. That's what I love. That's the work I do. When I work with customers, I'm always very open when in the coaching or in the training, I always work on their present task. Yeah. What it is, whatever it is. And that's why I'm very looking forward for this platform. And yeah.
Thank you, Roland. And from being here with me, partnering with me on these shows, is that we don't use a script. And many times when someone books to be a guest, they'll say, "Can you send the questions in advance?" No, because there are no questions in advance because we're fully present and we're listening. So I love when a guest will share, "Wow, you really had me on my feet, had me on my toes. I really had to pay attention. I wasn't expecting that." And that's what we love because that's when we get the authentic answers.
Absolutely. Because, there's so much fake stuff outside, and that's what I love on the US Global TV. On the other hand, it's positive information. It's about learning. It's about inspiring. It's about caring and sharing. There's no fake stuff. We're just real and authentic. That's what I really love.
Yes, and we're not doing this panel so that people start arguing and yeah. And no, it's like let's hear one person's point, let's hear another person's point. It's all about education. So all viewpoints
Absolutely.
are welcome. But I will let you go and prepare for the next show because you just did the show before this one. It's going to be 3 shows for you. You're getting up to me now.
Yeah, but this time I don't want to change my clothes or my glasses like I did the show before. I just will have a nice cup of tea, and then I'm looking forward to come back.
Fantastic. All right, let me just spotlight you again and give your contact information for people who are just joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, who I will say who needs help, who wants to improve? I guess you're all really successful entrepreneurs on different levels, on different sizes, in different industry. If you need some sparring, meaning somebody from outside who doesn't even think outside the box, who believes there is no box, there is no limits from his own experience with his team, contact us. We're more than willing to support you. We don't only do coaching or consulting or training. No, we are there as a sparring partner all the time, as long as you need us to make you ready for the challenges in the world. That's what we really love. And if you do so, go on my website. My name is rolandfriedl.com. I will spell it for you. It's ROLANDFRIEDL.com. And then you find different topics. And to be honest, don't be confused about the broadness. I had a huge conversation with the top HR manager of a huge, very cool, fast-growing company in Austria. And I said, Roland, we had a lunch together. I said, Roland, I really love you as a person. And your website is so cool because you're so broad. You have so many topics because you learn so much, you experience so much. And it's real, it's not that you try to sell so much stuff. It's just your experience. And I said to him, you know what? a few weeks ago, I guess 3-4 weeks ago, I was sitting together with my love on a new working on a project, and I was writing down all the jobs I did, all the paid jobs I did in my 57 years now, and different areas. And it's been more than 50. So I really have a lot of experience, and believe me, my team members too. So don't hesitate to contact us. We are more than happy to support you.
Wow, I love how you shared that with us. That's truly impressive. Congratulations.
Thank you. I have no TV, no normal TV. I only can stream, but I have no normal TV set.
You know, it's funny. I have a huge, I don't know what size this television is, 70 something inch behind me, and I don't ever turn it on. When I got here in November, I turned it on to see it was working. I was like, there's nothing on there unless there's YouTube, and there wasn't because it's an older TV. So all I watch is streaming as well.
Well, to be honest, I had a TV set when my kids have been small. My parents came with videos. There was no CDs or DVDs with videos, and I said, "Well, I don't have." So I had to buy a combination, or a short TV with a video company. And I said to my parents, "You can bring videos from Disney, whatever you want, as long as it's not in German, it's because our language is German." So I forced my kids to learn first in English, then Spanish, then Italian. So we had a TV set just for these videos.
Really encouraging learning. I love that. Fabulous. All right, my friend. Thank you. We are going to sign off right now. Roland and I will be back in just over 20 minutes for the Talking Heads panel. We hope that you'll join us. And if you're watching over on YouTube right now, please click subscribe. I see some of you over there. That would be great. All right. For now, we're signing off. Bye-bye.
Bye.